The old woods lay thick with fog, smothering the skeletal branches of gnarled trees that clawed at the sky like desperate souls. Emily had always heard the whispers, stories passed down through the trembling voices of the townsfolk. Stay away from the whispering woods, they warned. But tonight was different. Tonight, curiosity tugged at her like a persistent shadow. She stepped into the mist, the air pungent with decay. With each tentative step, the fog curled around her, a living thing, pulling her deeper into its grasp. The path twisted unnaturally, the trees leaning in with watchful intent, their knots and hollows resembling eyes that followed her every movement. Emily's heartbeat quickened, the rhythm echoing against the eerie silence, until she could hear something else. Soft, indistinguishable murmurs rising from the ground, hauntingly familiar, yet alien. As she ventured further, the whispers coalesced into words, forming a name. Her name. Emily. The wind echoed, a spectral voice weaving through the branches. Feeling a chill creep up her spine, she turned, but saw nothing. Only the oppressive fog thickening around her. Panic clawed at her throat as she tried to retrace her steps, but the path had vanished, swallowed by the relentless mist. Suddenly, a flicker of movement caught her eye. A figure darting between the trees, too quick to discern yet exuding an all too familiar aura. "Emily, don't look away," it breathed, and her skin prickled with a familiar dread. The voice was her own. She gasped, struggling to comprehend the impossibility. As the fog convulsed, shadows slipped around her feet. She stumbled, falling to the ground, where the whispers morphed into laughter, high-pitched and frantic. Emily clenched her eyes shut, desperately wanting to wake from this nightmare. But when she opened her eyes, there was no escape. She was still in the woods, but it felt like something had shifted. The laughter dulled, replaced by a silence that enveloped her like a heavy blanket. The trees, once threatening, now stood like sentinels around her, silent witnesses to an unbroken cycle. The fog began to recede, revealing not only her, but the faceless versions of herself, each one bound by the shadows that parasitically clung to their forms. Emily gasped as realization crashed down upon her. She was not lost. She was never meant to leave. The woods had claimed her, as they had countless others, whispering her name in the dark. And with an eerie certainty, she felt the creeping dread crawl deeper, merging with her essence. Knowing she would forever wander, lost in a memory of a life that once was. Her laughter echoing endlessly in the trees.